Jimenez here with HPAgents.com. I'm super excited to have you here and get started wholesaling real estate. So wholesaling real estate is really simple to do. It's not that hard, it's not rocket science. Basically, you're gonna be finding a house super cheap, getting under contract and selling the rights to that contract to investors. That's really it for a profit. So let's start off, let me give you a little history about me, Alan Jimenez, real estate broker. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm actually licensed to supervise and train agents in Texas. 054964 is my license number. But besides that, my personal life, let's see, I left home when I was 14 years old. Yeah, I left home at 14 years old. My mom is a great mom. I absolutely love her. She's so cool, man. But she had some tribulations and trials of her own, and I'm not here to judge anybody. She raised me on her own, and I was kind of shuffled around a little bit with her girlfriends, and yeah, I say girlfriends, yeah. So my mom is a lesbian, and she's a single mother, so like I said, she just wanted a kid, and boom, Alan arrived. And so I don't have any brothers and sisters. The closest brother that I have is my stepbrother, who was my godmother, which is my mom's girlfriend. She's my godmother, Sylvia Jimenez. So I tell you this because I want to give you a little bit of history about who you're dealing with and who you're going to be learning from, because it's super important to know the history about me. I'm just going to give you a 5-minute history lesson, not even that. So I was shifted around, with from home to home. And my mom had some drug issues growing up. So like I said, I left home when I was 14 years old. I was working at Beeper Boutique. I don't know if you know that, but it was like, I'm a lot older than you guys, most likely. I'm in my 40s. But I was selling pagers and, the covers for pagers I had a good knack for selling. So, I get that from my mom, because my mom was like, she was hustling all the time to make ends meet. I remember one time where a sheriff came and he was evicting us out of our apartment. They're like, hey, we can sell everything out of here or give us your car or whatever assets if you don't move. So it was a really sad time. And I remember I was in a corner, I was about 5 years old. And I remember, man, I don't never want this feeling again of being evicted. And like, we were already on Section 8, which Section 8, I don't know if you know this or not, but it's like, free rent or a partial rent, like so half of it was paid and we were collecting food stamps. And I remember actually going to the government office with my mom to talk about my well-being and all that good stuff so we can collect more food stamps. My mom's like, hey, that's just more money for us, so that we can put food on the table and put clothes on your back. And she did the best she could. I mean, I'm not degrading her in any way. If anything, I am empowering her and I'm applauding her because she did the best she can. So fast forward 14 years, I take off. I get my own apartment at 14 with my girlfriend Maria, and she's 18, I'm 14. I'm born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't make these millions. Even though I don't have a lot of millions, I have some. I'm not like a super millionaire, but I've got enough to be established and do what I need to do and travel the world, been all over the world. And so I've just been blessed by God himself. I always say that, God himself, someone upstairs really, really loves me. So that's a little history about me. I left when I was 14 years old. I got into some trouble when I was like 17 and kind of slapped myself around. By 20 years old, Pastor Davis, Leonard Davis, he was working for the church and he kind of took me under his wing. He's like, hey, don't do that. And I really respected Leonard Davis. I mean, he helped out so many people. He passed away now. He's just a great man that helped out tons and tons of people, even prisoners. So people that's been in prison, he worked in the prison, like a chaplain and a teacher. He had double degree from Texas A&M. So he took me under his wing and he's like, guided me, gave me a little bit of support. So here I am, paying it back, paying it forward. And I hope to reach someone out there that may need a little bit of guidance, even some people that are like doing wrong, stealing or selling drugs. I mean, you take drugs. Drugs are just a product, and they don't understand that there's a lot of products you can sell. You have a lot more advantages than I do to get started. So you really do, because I come from absolutely no connections. In fact, my connections were negative. All my connections were just bad. So I actually had to separate from my family and friends and go to another part of Houston where no one knew me, just so that I can start over. What if someone was actually pushing us up instead of draining, but positive? And that's what I want to do. I want to give you my positive motivation and inspiration to help you in wholesale real estate. I know you can do it because I can do it. I did it. And so, anytime I need some money, I'll go back. Like for some reason, if I need $10,000 or $20,000, I'll just start wholesaling, get a wholesale deal done, and bam. And like right now, I want to buy me a new BMW motorcycle. It's $25,000. I'm like, I'll just go wholesale one and buy me one. That's honest to God truth. So I don't have to use my own money. I like to use money I earned instead of going into my retirement, because I'm still very, very young. The last I'm 80. So that is what we're going to be doing in wholesale real estate. I hope it inspires you. I hope it motivates you to let you know that if I can do it, you can do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can do it. So let's get back. What is wholesaling real estate? Wholesaling real estate, like I said before, basically getting the house super cheap, putting it under contract, and just reselling that contract. But there's a lot of things in between there. Okay, we're going to find out where do we find these sellers? Where do we find these homes? So then I tell you what, I'm going to make it easy for you. I designed a system which allows you to track down homeowners, find all their phone number, their addresses, what their house is worth, their email address, their mobile phone number. What we're doing is that system, I'm pulling for about 300 plot points from taxes, public records, from cell phone companies. We're pulling in all this data and we bring it in one source so you can tap into it easily. You don't have to do all this algorithm stuff and pay. We pay out X amount of dollars every year for these memberships. It's all available for you to use here at Wholesale to Millions. Pretty easy to do. That's one of the classes that we teach about searching the system and how to pull data. Super easy. Don't let it overwhelm you. Basically, we have a system for you in place that we can pull data, get the phone numbers and stuff that we need to do, so we can get clients. So you can call them and text them. And speaking about calling and texting, now you have to call hundreds or even thousands of people. So you're like, oh my God, this is going to take time. No worries. We have a system to do that too. So we have a system. You upload the phone numbers from our first system, right? You take that upload. You take that. I'm not going to speak in my computer language. You're going to take that list of people, send that list to another system. Okay, it's another program. That program, we're going to say, hey, call all these 1,000 people and for us and say this. And if they don't answer the phone, say this. And it's gonna be with your pre-recorded voice. So that's that. Then secondly, we have a mass text. So we have their cell phones, don't forget. So we get a text as well. So we have calls and texts. You don't have to cold call really. We're gonna be getting those calls back to you. The texts, we're gonna have people replying back to you. So the calls are really gonna be like semi-warm, having a great time wholesaling. It's a fun. When you get $20,000, $30,000 in just a week or something, you're gonna be super excited. Trust me, you're gonna be like, yes, this is fun. This is awesome. So, let's get started. Okay, so what else is in wholesaling? You're like, okay, so we're gonna learn contracts. We're gonna talk about how to put it under contract. We're being like, Alan, I don't want to do all that. No worries. I already have the contract written. Just fill in the blanks. A couple fill in blanks there. Can you fill in the name, the address, and the amount? Few things there. The contract's already written. So that's that. That I could also hear somebody want. I don't have a real estate license. Oh, well, no worries. You don't need a real estate license because you're a buyer. You're basically a buyer. You're just putting it under contract. So that knocks down that. Well, Alan, I can hear someone else out there. Hold on, wait a second. Alan, I don't have any money. No worries. We're just putting it under contract and we're going to sell it before we even close. Remember, we're just wholesaling. We're wholesaling the rights to that contract. So wait a minute. You don't need a license. You don't need a real estate license. You don't need any money. Okay, so why isn't more people doing this? It's just they don't know. And honestly, when I became a realtor, I had a real estate license. I didn't know. And I really didn't know that was even legal. I kind of stumbled upon it. I sold a property, and while under contract, it was still listed and someone contacted me and I told the initial buyer and he's like, yeah, sell it for the $100,000 property. And we did, and I made like, I don't know, $60,000 or $80,000 on that deal, because it was almost $2 million. So, this stuff is 100% legal. You don't need any money, you don't need any experience, you don't need a license. So what is really holding you back? You have to really think about that, right? What's holding you back from making, and if you're thinking, well, how can you really make $1 million? Well, let's just do the math and think about this logically. So realtors make 6 to 10%, and that's just a cold hard fact. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. What they do is they find unlisted properties, right, and then market them and sell them. Sounds like a little bit of wholesaling, a little bit, right? We're looking for properties off market. We're gonna market the property for sale, right? We're gonna look for buyers, and we're gonna look for buyers to resell it. But the thing about us is we're looking for a deal. So I'm gonna show you how to get these deals. So if you're saying, well, 6 to 10% of $200,000 is, $12,000 to $20,000. So 6 to 10%, 6 times 2. And I say $200,000 because that's the average price in Houston, in Texas, United States. It's actually about $356, but I'm making it easy. I'm going on the very, very low end, so I don't have to, I want to go on the low end, so when you end up high, you're like, yes! So what else is holding you back? Well, Alan, I don't have the money for the class. No worries. We have a finance thing. You can finance the class. You can run it on credit. Send me an email, send me a text. We'll figure out some kind of payment plan. And let's not forget, this is a money back guarantee. For 30 days, you can take the course, you don't like it, you didn't think you found the value here, get your money back, 100%, no questions asked. Because the reason why is I don't want any upset clients or upset students. I want everybody here to learn. I want them to know that you gain value. And if you didn't make money, it should be because of you. You didn't do the steps that you needed. But I always want to be able to say, I gave true value, I helped them. And that's what I want to do. As I'm semi-retired. What that means is that I work whenever I want to work. I work on passionate projects that I have, passion for. So I love to help people, and I think I know I can help someone out there who needs a little bit of guidance. And I know this video will reach someone who just says, hey, I just needed a little bit of guidance. Just the way I was without a father, or I was on the streets. I didn't have that guidance until someone took me under their wing and said, hey, what are you doing? That's Leonard Davis. So I'll be your Leonard Davis, right? I'll be the guy that's gonna be like, hey, let's get you in this lane. I'm super excited about getting you in that right direction and making a positive impact in life.